Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Joyful Cook, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make spicy peppered snails for a get-together. So if you want to see how I made this, keep watching. So first you want to clean these snails. I brought out these snails a few hours before I started filming this video, but as you can see, the snails are still frozen, so I had to go in with hot water to break it up. Or just bring it out early enough and you don't have to go through that process. Okay, also this is how we get our snails here abroad, but if you live in Africa, of course you know that snails come in a hard shell. You'll have to take it out of the shell first before following through with any of the procedures I'm going to share with you in this video. So what I'm doing now is washing the snails a couple of times, to get rid of those plenty yuckiness. Next, I'll sprinkle in a good amount of salt, and then I'm going to rub the salt into the snails really well. This will also help to cut the slime so that when I'm cutting the snails open for washing, it's not slippery, and then it just makes the whole job easier and faster. So we can call this first stage preparation for washing. Yeah. So I'm going to drain out the water, and you can see it's still slippery, but at least I can handle it at this point. So I'm going to cut everything open just like this. Meanwhile, I have a question. Oh. Do you eat snails? Is it forbidden in your village? What is the name of your village? Please drop the name for me in the comment section. I will come and see you soon, okay? I love snails. So now that everything is done, I'm going to roll up the lemons just like this way I'm releasing most of the juice. Then I'll cut it in half, and then we'll start washing our snails. You can use lemons, you can use alum, gari, salt, lime to wash your snails, but I'll be using lemons and limes in this video. So moving on, I'm going to squeeze in some of the lemons and limes into the water. This will further help to break up some of the slime as I wash. So I'm going to pick one snail and then scrub just like this. You want to scrub the snail really well. You don't want to hear croy. When I mean croy, not from cruncho, not from the sweetness of the snail, maybe the shell or one funny smell or one funny taste. So you want to scrub really well, and you want to go into every corner, especially this place I just put my hand. There's always something there, so you want to make sure you scrub every corner of this snail really well. Yeah, right here, you want to scrub everywhere thoroughly. The easier way to wash these parts of a snail is to take out that part completely, and I consider that a waste. So I'll take my time and rather remove anything I don't want to see in the snail instead of cutting it out. No, I'm not going to do that. You see, when I took out that part, it's easier. You don't get that other part, but I won't do it. I'm going to use my hand and wash everything out of the snail. You see, that's meat we just wasted. That's not happening in my kitchen. So I'm going to just take out that part and wash everywhere completely. Yeah, bottom line is make sure you scrub every corner of the snail. So after a long wash, I was finally done. I'm going to throw out this water now and then give the snail one last rinse. But if you think you didn't wash the snail well, you may want to go back and wash 2 or 3 times. But I took my time, and yeah, the bottom line is just for you to make sure that your snail is clean and that it's no longer slimy. So I'm going to rinse out. I think I rinsed about 2 times. Yeah, so I'm going to rinse it out twice. Then I'll just squeeze in some lemons and leave it until I'm ready to use it. I do this when I know I'm going to be cooking the snails maybe in like 10-15 minutes. Then I can soak it in lemon water. Otherwise, if I'm going to be using it later on, maybe later in the week, I just bag it in my Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer for later use. So next I'm going to cut it in half just like so. You can leave it whole if you prefer, but remember we're having a get together party and we want this thing to go round. But if it's somebody like me you invite to that party, I'll just dig two at once, you understand? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Once it's done, then we'll start cooking. Also, before I started cutting the snails, I placed water on fire, so I have a pot of boiling water waiting for the snails to come and dive in. So once I finish cutting them in half, I'm going to place them in a pot of boiling water. Now let me tell you why it's important your water is boiling before you add the snails. This is what will give your snail that cra effect. You know that crunchy effect you get from your snail when you are eating it? That is what the hot water will do to your snail. So make sure your water is boiling before you add your snails. To cook the snails, you need garlic, ginger, onion and scotch bonnet pepper. To season it, you need curry powder, thyme, smoked paprika, salt and seasoning cube. I'm using the Maggi brand. Next, I'll blend the onion, the garlic, the ginger and the pepper and then add it to the pot. At this point, I'm going to add the seasonings as well. I'll stir that in and then cover and let it cook until the water is dry. Halfway into the cooking time, you want to check to make sure everything is going on well. At this point, you can taste for seasoning and salt and adjust if necessary. I didn't need to add anything, so I continued cooking for another 20 minutes. See, for some reason, the snails I buy here are very tough. The ones I buy in Nigeria, they don't take that long to cook, but these ones, we have to cook and cook. Well, yeah. So once the water dries up, you're sure that all the seasoning have gone back into the snail. I'm going to scoop it out now and then we start frying the sauce. To make the pepper sauce, you need a lot of pepper. This may not be a lot of pepper to some people, but trust me, this pepper is hot and it adds a lovely aroma to it as well. So we're going to need that. To season it, you need curry, thyme, salt and seasoning cube. You will also need some bell peppers and onion to balance out the heat from the scotch bonnet pepper. For garnishing, you need yellow green bell pepper and some onion. Next, I'm going to go ahead and blend the peppers and the onion. You want to blend this roughly as well. Then I'll go ahead and slice up the peppers for garnishing. At this point, everything goes fast, so you just want to make sure everything is ready. So I have added this much oil into my cooking pot, as you can see, not that much. So I'm going to go ahead and add the roughly blended peppers into the hot oil and fry until it has reduced. At this point, I'll add the seasonings as well. You want to go really light on the seasoning. Remember, our snail is properly seasoned and cooked. You don't want to end up with a salty peppered snail. It's not me that taught you that one. So yeah, at this point, I'm going to add the snails and combine to mix everything up properly. So at this point, I'm going to cover and let it simmer on very low heat for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to give it another quick stir. You know, we like to turn things on this channel, so it's not my fault. Yeah, now if you want your snail to be a little bit more saucy, go ahead and use more scotch bonnet pepper or more red bell peppers. It's totally up to you, but this way was perfecto. So at this point, I just tossed in the 3 white peppers and some onion, and my heat is off at this point. I'm going to turn it off and we are done cooking. Yeah, I'm just using my spatula to go around so it looks like we know what we are doing. You know, the pot has to be clean. So I tasted, and yo, this thing was banging, so good. And this is it. I'm just going to scoop it out and we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share to one or two of your friends, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.